What's up guys, it's the Sluicers here. Now we're just in a valley and we're heading up into one of our good old mining sites. Right here, this is some workers from the old timings. We're just walking through and we're just heading in there now. Now most of the gold here, we've generally found that the gold's alright, but the material that goes through the sluice, the dream mat doesn't actually cope with it, just the sandy and stickiness of all the material here kind of. And we tend to lose a lot of gold for our standard dream mat. So we've actually brought back our very first original sluice, and that tends to do the best job out of all the sluices here, surprisingly. So we're going to head down to that spot and we'll see you down there. Okay, so we've hit the stream and we've walked up it a fair way. Dad's just setting up the sluice now because it's a fold up one. We thought we'd set up here just because it's so, as you can see, overgrown. The whole, we're up in this bend's a bit of an open area, so we're setting up the sluice here, and we're just going to set base here. And so there's cool wee rocks here, but I'm thinking of taking a test pan just along the back of this inside bend, because during a flood this creek would roar through here and create a bit of a low pressure zone there. So we're going to test that. There's a pan full of material, so we'll pan that down. That's barely, in fact, not worth our time really. You see those little specks of gold? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, teeny flakes. So we've been going, I'm not even joking, probably about 2 minutes, and look at the size of the hole already. Dad's just going absolutely all out because it's relatively small rocks. It's really small gold, but it's also relatively small rocks here. And look, you can just dig, shovel like that. Now it's probably ideal to be classifying, especially considering the size of the gold, but look how quick you can go if you're not classifying. So I'm going to get into it as well. I'll dig and also tend to the sluice, and far out, going at this speed we might be faster than a dredge. We'll get back into it. So we got a bucket with this size, our smallest size classification we use in the field. Very small. This size classification, I'm not joking, it took less than 2 minutes to fill it to the brim. But by the time we did the bucket, classifying was all good, but by the time we actually put it down the sluice, doing a bucket is actually a lot slower than just putting it straight through. We are aware it's fine gold, and we might be losing some. However, it's such a long 3-stage sluice that we're confident we'll get most of it. And even if we're losing it, it's all good. We've hit this clay layer actually. We've tested it, there's no gold in it, but it makes a really good dam. You just put it there and compact it and it's all clay. Yeah, there's a bit in there. But far out is this quick digging. If we had the A52 sluice here, we'd be going, I'm not joking, I reckon faster than a dredge would in most streams.
Like only a 2-inch.
Oh, probably like, I don't know, pretty fast. Because that hole there is taking us about 5 minutes of digging to get that. We'll keep digging. It's been a total of 15 minutes. And this is the hole we've dug here, which is pretty good. Sluice has really been the only issue. Just getting material for it slow enough to work it. Classifying's too slow. The processing the bucket means it takes 4 times as long to empty a bucket as it does to fill it. And really, what I can compare it to, every shovel, just that, because it's all small stones. And it's all got those same 4 to 5 little flakes per small pan. So you just need to hammer away at it. The only issue is just getting the sluice.
The only issue is keep dead digging for like 5 hours. 5 hours, non-stop.
The only issue is, yeah, the sluice clogging up. Not that the rocks are too big, but this is a somewhat small stream. And the issue is, all the rocks come out and just jam the entire river up. So we're going to have to keep constantly shoveling it out, clearing the sluice out.
This is another issue, I'm getting on beer.
But yeah, we've got it going. We're just going to keep digging. It's getting quite late already because we only came out, it was about 4 o'clock and it gets dark at about 5. However, tomorrow we're probably going to come back and really give it a proper go. As far as this has got to be, it's another shovel load. Another shovel load. That's the speed you can dig. And 2 of us doing that at once, that's absolutely mental material you're moving. It's just an issue of getting it through the sluice. But anyway, we'll get back to digging. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but I did another test pan downstream, and I'm not even zoomed in, and you can see there's actually a decent flake in there. Right in the middle, there's another bit, and then about 20 bits of dust you won't really be able to see. But quite a bit more. If I put the water on there, you might be able to. Oh, it just all floated away. Issues of fine gold. Big flake's floating around now. Well, it's not a big flake, it's a small flake, but there it is floating. But no, however, I was getting a lot more black sand there, but one of these pans I was getting about 20, one actual flake, 2 teeny flakes, and then a heap of specks per pan. So that's a lot better than here. However, here is easier to dig, but we'll see how it goes. We'll keep digging, but far out. We've moved, it's been about half an hour. We've moved probably about, how many buckets do you reckon it would have been? 10?
Nah, probably 5.
Oh, probably.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably like 8 buckets, I'd say. Normal buckets, I'd say 10, but probably like 8 like that. But that is awesome. It's just shovel, powering through. Keep digging. That bird up there is a New Zealand native tui. I'll see if I can get him. There he is. It's a New Zealand tui. See his little white breasts there? They are quite, you can't see them too well, but there he is.
They're not
beautiful
breasts,
bird.
it's gundrers.
Not breasts. Male tuis have these white, you can see them there, have these white, what are they?
I don't know, they're almost like beads.
They're like beard things they have. They're for attracting a mate anyway. You can see it's beautiful tui right there. They're not too rare, but you don't see them super common. So they are always awesome to see. There's 2 of them, they're singing to each other, dawn dusk chorus. Awesome. Hey, so it's just getting dark. Some tuis, I already showed you, there's one right there. You might be able to just see it moving. And the other one up there. Have been up and singing a dusk chorus to us. Well, anyway, we're just cleaning up at the end of the day. We've done probably about 45 minutes of all out digging, and there's a huge, it's hard to see because it's really dark, but there's a huge hole just all through there. So we've probably realistically done about, I'm not joking, probably about 12 buckets in the time we've had. All through here, all hole, and it's all about halfway up to your knees, all through here. So we've done probably about 15 buckets, I'd say, worth of digging in less than an hour. So easy digging here, just no big rocks, relatively loose, shovel. But we've got our clean up here.
You see anything in there? There was a couple bits in there.
I'll see if I can see anything in the sluice. We'll grab a torch for about 45 minutes all out actually digging. You can see that's where we had the sluice set up. And we dug this huge hole. I'm not joking, less than an hour, and it's probably 15 buckets. I'd say a quarter of a cubic metre, maybe even half a cubic metre, in less than an hour. And that was just mostly Dad digging the whole time too. But we just cleaned up the sluice.
Didn't wash it out good enough.
We didn't really wash it out good enough. It lost its bearings as we were taking it out. So, but if we have a look, we can't see much. However, if you look right there, you see that?
There's a piece.
There's a shiny bit of gold right there. directly in the middle there.
Oh, no, it's not.
There's a piece, and then we move up. There's, where is it? There's another wee piece there and there. So most of the top mat seems to have washed out, but hopefully the rest was catching up. We were being really rough, but the gold was supposed to keep some material. But we can see a few flakes in there, so we know we did get gold. It's just a question of how much. So we'll clean this one out, and we probably won't be able to properly process it till we get back, because it's real fine gold and black sand heavy, so we'll do that when we get back. But we're going to empty the bucket, and yeah, we'll see you once we get back. We're back, and it's day 2. We've done a few shovels, and you can already see there's a few you see all those little pieces of gold there? All showing up in the top of the sluice. It's a good sign. You can see all the bits. There's probably about 20 or so bits just on that top mat. So that's going really well, all those little bits of gold there. Dad's just digging away there. Today, sadly, we had to bring up my sister and her friend. They're not really doing anything, but they're still up here. They tried digging and they actually moved a teeny bit, which was surprising. But anyway, we're just going to keep digging away, really shoveling it all out through this sluice. And this is the better spot from downstream, about 20 flakes. So hopefully we're going to get a bit more. We'll get back. So I thought I'd look in this side bend here, because it looked like it had a nice wee line of rocks here with quite a bit of erosion. So I dug just a wee pocket out of there in the middle of the bank, a few larger rocks. Looked like the best spot in that bend. Really red, dark red material. And it's a bigger pan, but a lot better than I'm getting in the creek. Let's let that focus. There's gold. There's a little wee flake there. Speck. Really fine, once again, really hard to see. That's probably around about 100 little specks in that one pan, which isn't much. But considering how easy and how much you can dig there, if you clean all that out, you've got a bit of a pay streak there. But anyway, we realised we forgot the bucket, so Dad's ran all the way back to get it back, so we can classify into the bucket. We would put it straight down the sluice, but the sluice is really struggling the way it's going straight down it, so we just thought we'd better classify. So Dad's gone to grab the buckets. Once he gets back, we'll get into digging it even more back up at the hole. I'm going to try and identify this pay streak a bit better. There's a pan there, another pan up in this stuff. As you can see, that's what I mean by it's dark red. Now look at all that material. It's real solid dark red. I'm not sure if that's organic matter or mineralization or what. I think it's just organic matter. You can see there's a sandier layer at the top. It's a bit browner and then real dark. Got a pan up there above the water level, so I'm going to see if it's any better, the same, or worse than just there. Right, so this is our hole we've been digging out here earlier, the hole we dug out earlier. We didn't do, not yesterday, but earlier today. We got a wee bit out of that, but nothing crazy. We're going to sluice set up here. It's not going too well. It's because this is the fold-up sluice. This side's kind of flipped up a bit, so it's not actually perfectly straight. However, if you come and zoom in and look here, you'll be able to see lots of little bits of gold all in the top of the sluice. This is teeny little gold, just little bits all through there. And then this is where we're digging downstream, just here. Right in here, this is where I identified before where the pay streak's at. So I did another test and it was really good. So I can safely assume it's good material all through there. So we're going to classify this into the bucket, bring it up to the sluice and process it all. So I just finished the first bucket, took us about 2 minutes, maybe 5, probably more like 5 minutes. But I've calculated the sandy stuff doesn't have much gold, but this red stuff is a bit of a gold vein, or not a gold vein, but conglomerate vein, and that has the best gold in it. And we're kind of calculated it goes, there's a layer about that thick of this stuff that goes along the bottom, which is then on top of the clay layer. So we're going through and cleaning all this material out. So we're going to fill up more buckets and get back into it. We've only put the single first bucket through. Can you see that? All the way up through the sluice. There's the run of fine gold. There's a few bigger flakes. It's all the way up. Gold, 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 gold. All the way through that top mat. So it's definitely showing promise. Second bucket, fill it up in another couple minutes, and so we'll keep going. I'm a bit thirsty.
Here you go.
Freshest water you can get. Beautiful, tastes perfect. Just went looking for my pan and found it's been washed downstream. Even rivers that aren't particularly huge like this still wash your gear away if you're not careful. Absolutely stunning day. Just finished our hole, all the way through up to here. We've left quite a bit of material just sitting here, just because we don't have enough time to mine it all, and that's generally what we found to be the worst stuff. That's funnily enough, just as the very last classification of the last bucket came out, a bit of glass came up. That must have been ancient, so it shows the old timers were at work here. Not worth anything, but a cool find. But yeah, anyway, this is our last bucket. We're gonna put that through the sluice and clean it out, and we'll show you the cleanup once we get home. So I'm just about to do the 5th bucket, and had a look in the sluice, and look at this. Gold, gold, gold. See if we can focus there. Gold, 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 all gold, more gold, gold, gold. See all that? That's all of that's just colour. Heaps of bigger bits, gold, 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 more gold, gold, all gold up through there. Looks like some mercury up there too, settling in with that gold.
There's another bit, there's another bit. Yep, there's another bit.
There's gold, gold, more bit, more. There's heaps, there's got to be thousands of pieces. It's hard to see because the camera's not focusing. Just in that top mat there. So who knows what might be down there. But we'll put this last bucket through and we'll see how it goes.
Gonna just put a lot of last bucket through. This real fine stuff that we've dug out. Look how fine it is. It's just like sand, like golden bay sand. We're not in the Golden Bay, but it's light putting it through. There's a huge waterfall there, see it? Found 2 big nuggets under there. Nah, we didn't. But cool area.
Now that's out of the water, you can get a better view. The whole thing is full of gold dust. Whole way through. Thousands of specks.
Well, not
Decent flakes for the area, all through there. You can see all those pink garnets that have been stuck in there too.
oh, there's heaps of garnets here.
All that, there's a bigger flake right there too. Here's a garnet all through there. There's a flakes there, but yeah, looking promising. Before we weigh it up, I just want to give a massive thank you to all of our channel patrons and their support for the channel, and an extra thanks to HBJNL, the Gold Motherlode patron. If you want to become a patron and help support the channel, make sure to check the link in the description below. Now, let's see that colour. We're back at home with all the gold cleaned up. There's still a bit of black sand in there, but that's really the best I could safely get it without risking losing gold. But that is our gold there. It right up to about 1/2 gram with the black sand, so we can probably say that it is about 1/3 of a gram of gold there. Look at that. It is really fine, but if it weighs, it pays. Look at that colour, that is beautiful. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to click down that subscribe button. If you want to see a video where we get our record gold haul from just sluicing, the video is up on the screen now. But outside of that, we'll see you on the next one.